Traditional LEDs have been around for years, emitting colors like red or green. However, creating blue LEDs was a tough nut to crack due to the complexity of the process. In 2014, 3 Japanese researchers snagged the Nobel Prize in Physics for their work in making blue LEDs a reality. They developed a new semiconductor material called gallium nitride, which paved the way for efficient blue light emission. This breakthrough not only revolutionized the lighting industry, but also contributed to sustainable energy solutions. By combining red, green, and blue LEDs, you get white light. Alternatively, you can excite a chemical layer in a bulb with blue light to emit white light. LED lighting is more energy efficient than other types, making it a momentous change for the 1.5 billion people without access to electricity grids. If all lights were LED, global electricity usage for lighting could drop from 20 to 4%. Some LED systems are designed to adjust the light color throughout the day to align with the body's natural rhythm, offering a more comfortable lighting experience. Scientists were aware of the concept of materials made up of single atomic layers, but no one had managed to isolate one until recently. For years, researchers had been attempting to create a single layer using advanced and costly methods. However, the breakthrough came when a group of scientists used a simple and inexpensive tool, regular sticky tape, to isolate a single sheet of graphene. In 2004, a team of scientists announced the discovery of graphene, a thin layer of carbon just 1 atom thick. This discovery surprised the scientific community, as it had been believed that materials like graphene would be too unstable to exist. Graphene quickly became the talk of the town, with new findings on its properties adding to the excitement. In recognition of their work, the scientists received the Nobel Prize in Physics in 2010. The idea that strictly two-dimensional arrangements of atoms would be unstable was long held, but recent research has shown otherwise. Graphite, which we commonly find in pencils, is made up of layers of carbon atoms arranged in a hexagonal pattern. These layers are what we refer to as graphene. Interestingly, the discovery of structures like buckyballs and nanotubes hinted that carbon could indeed form stable 2D sheets. One of the most fascinating qualities of graphene is its exceptional electrical conductivity, allowing it to carry significant currents at room temperature. Its unique properties have opened a world of possibilities in electronics and material science. Researchers are also exploring graphene's potential in fields like solar energy and battery technology. Now, the idea of touchscreens on devices has been around for a while, even showing up in science fiction movies and books. However, it took a lot of time to actually develop the technology to accurately sense and respond to finger touches on screens. Many people think Steve Jobs dreamed up the touch interface, but that's not quite true. He just introduced the technology in a way that really caught people's attention. Apple engineers have put in a lot of effort to improve the technology, adding features like scrolling without the need for physical buttons. The first touchscreen device is believed to be the work of American professor Samuel Hurst in the early 1970s. He was looking for a way to automate reading information from recorder tapes, which led to the creation of the world's first touchscreen. Over the years, touchscreen technology continued to evolve, eventually leading to the development of touchscreen smartphones and tablets. In 2002, companies like HTC and Xenarc Technologies started producing devices with touchscreens, setting the stage for the popular devices we use today. These devices have found countless applications in various industries and have improved how we interact with technology. So, while Steve Jobs may not have invented the touchscreens, his contribution to making them mainstream cannot be denied. Now, for years, the concept of flying with a personal jet engine attached to your back has been a futuristic dream. However, the reality is that this dream has yet to become a mainstream reality. Despite promises of a practical jetpack hitting the market soon, there are several reasons why this technology has not taken off. First, the human body is not naturally built for flight. Without genetic modifications to create lift, individuals cannot soar like birds. This means that all the lift must come from the thrust generated by the jetpack. Next, thrust requires a significant amount of fuel, which can be expensive. Carrying more fuel for longer flights adds weight, requiring even more thrust and burning more fuel in a vicious cycle. Additionally, most jetpacks use rocket propulsion, which requires carrying both fuel and oxidizer. Jet and rocket packs are also difficult to control and can be unstable in flight. The short flight time limits the ability to reach a safe altitude for emergency situations, such as engine failure. Plus, the inefficiency of flying one person with a jetpack makes it impractical for most uses. While they may look cool, the practicality and cost-effectiveness of jetpacks have yet to be realized. The idea of using light in a precise and powerful way sounded like something straight out of a sci-fi movie until lasers were invented in the 1960s. Since then, lasers have totally changed the game in industries like medicine, fiber optics for communication, and manufacturing, where they're used with incredible precision for things like cutting and welding. Even though lasers can now come in all sorts of colors, making a white laser was a whole different story. White light is made up of a bunch of different wavelengths, unlike a single wavelength that traditional lasers produce. But instead of seeing this as a roadblock, many scientists view it as an exciting challenge. One idea for making a white laser is to combine several lasers to create a beam that looks white to us. But getting this to work without losing coherence is no easy task. Still, some researchers have succeeded in making a white laser using just one crystal, proving that there are new and creative ways to push the boundaries of optics. Back in 1903, Henry Ford's lawyer was advised against investing in Ford's automobile company. A mysterious person told him there would always be a horse and cars were just a passing fad. Well, as of 2021, almost 300 million vehicles were registered in the US alone. Take that, Mr. Anonymous Advisor. Jokes aside, at the beginning of the 20th century, people indeed didn't really welcome the whole concept of cars. Americans weren't really feeling the whole cars in the city thing. But as highways, suburbs, and anti-walking laws started popping up, people started to come around to the car-centric lifestyle. This shift meant less focus on walkable communities, which is kind of sad because it affects our ability just to stroll around our neighborhoods. Now, there's a common misconception that the price of lab-grown diamonds will drastically decrease in the future. This misconception is often promoted by the mined diamond industry, which claims that lab diamond prices will eventually plummet to the level of lower-quality diamond simulants like cubic zirconia. The reality is that high-quality lab diamonds are quite rare and difficult to produce. Growing brown or industrial-grade lab diamonds is easier and more cost-effective, while growing colorless, high-quality lab diamonds is a complex and expensive process. Similar to mined diamonds, there are two distinct categories of lab diamonds: high quality and low quality. Makes sense to me. Most lab diamonds on the market fall into the low quality category, while high-end retailers offer access to superior quality lab diamonds that are much harder to grow. The process of growing high-quality lab diamonds is a challenging one due to the speed limit on how fast a diamond crystal can be grown. Trying to speed up the growth process can result in diamonds with fractures, low clarity, and undesirable undertones. Shortcuts, such as adding boron during growth, can lead to low-quality lab diamonds with a blue tinge or brown color that needs to be irradiated to remove. Cutting and polishing lab-grown diamonds is also a costly and labor-intensive process, requiring the use of multi-million-dollar laser tools and highly skilled technicians. That's it for today. So hey, if you pacified your curiosity, then give the video a like and share it with your friends. Or if you want more, just click on these videos and stay on the bright side.